Hey cats, it's Charlie with Reporter Chicks. This week we're catching up with Research Paranormal in Fairfield, Texas at the Freestone County Museum. The property consists of 5 different buildings, all of which have reported activity. Now, they've seen everything from full-bodied apparitions here to voices and all kinds of knocks and bangs, but we are going to pull an all-nighter and check this place out. So I hope you're ready. Let's go. Hey cats, it's Charlie, and I'm here with Sandy. She is the curator here at the museum. How long have you had that title?
Almost 2 years now.
And what do you think? How do you like the location? How do you like taking care of the museum and everything here?
Well, it's curators, everybody talks about this as being, museum curators. It's always cool to have keys to these cool locations.
Right.
Because you get to do crazy things like this that most people don't get to do.
Yeah, we happen to be in the prisoner's bathtub.
And if you look on it, you'll see
Many
there's
a
wheels.
bad boy has been naked in here.
Oh.
We're not asking what they did, we just know that they were.
I do know that when they would fill this tub, it was usually, I think, on Fridays is what I hear.
Mm-hmm.
They'd fill it with water, and they would wheel it around. As you see, there's wheels on it. They'd wheel it to the first prisoner, so that was the only time it paid to be in jail the longest.
The longest.
Because the rest of the prisoners got the water that came from the previous.
Yuck.
So, if you were the last one in.
It's like being the last man up. You may wake up with writing on your face and stuff, so, oh, yuck. So, okay, we have got 5 different buildings here. We've got the
That's
museum, the church,
That's right.
the cabin, the jail.
Got the 2 cabins.
2 cabins.
2 cabins, the Bootleggers Church.
Okay.
We have the main building, which is actually like an old West town. That's the only building really that's on the premises that's brand new.
Right.
And then we have this jail that we're sitting in, and it's actually the 3rd jail for Fairfield and Freestone County. They had so many people being incarcerated from the 1850s to the 1860s to the 1870s that there were 3 versions of the jail.
Okay. But the foundation you said is original.
Yeah, there's the 1850s jail is under here.
Okay.
And
but this part dates back to 1870s? Is
not
that right?
1870s. It ceased being a jail actually in 1913, and I believe that it turned into this 3rd jail in the very early part of the 1880s or late 1870s.
Now there's been some reported activity in pretty much every building that you have here.
Yes,
right.
yes.
And what is one of the ones that stands out the most to you? Which building and what kind of activity?
Yeah,
what scared the crap out of you?
I was going to say, what made me run out of a building, or just
Yes.
what sticks in my mind?
Yes.
There's we have daily activity, so it's not uncommon, when we're there, and my coworker and I are there, that we, hear, people knocking on our counter or something happening. But I have run out of the building twice, and that's because I was by myself all the time.
Which building?
The main building.
Okay.
I ran out, and that's because I spend most of my time. That's where my office is. But I had, I heard footsteps running up and down a back stairwell, and I was here by myself. And there is nobody else that had a key to the premises. And I know that I heard boots coming up a stairwell. And I ran out and I looked out the back door to see, who was there. And there was nobody, so I came back to my desk. And then I heard somebody run down the stairs. That's when I grabbed my purse and grabbed my cell phone and ran out the door.
I think, I probably would have done the same thing.
I called Andy and I asked him, can you please come up here because something's happening. That was the first thing that happened.
Okay.
The second thing that got me out the door was the breathing on the back of my neck when I hung up the telephone. So that one, I happened to have been on the phone, and it was so polite that it waited until I got off the phone because I screamed so loudly I would have broken someone's eardrums on the other end. And I jumped that desk pretty much.
Did you hurdle?
Yeah, I pretty much did. Called Andy again and said, is it time for lunch? It was like 10:30 in the morning because I said, I'm not staying here by myself.
That is great.
And then the reason why we even called in paranormal investigators was when I first started working here, we would get phone calls from neighbors across the street, one which you just saw come across the street. He actually calls the sheriff office and tells them, you know, there's lights on in the jail. Well, they finally got to a point where they're like, what do you want us to do about it? Because they were calling us and asking us, you know, to come and turn the light off. And then the final time that it happened, well, the most recent time that it happened was in November of this past year, when there was a large board meeting going on in the main building. It was dark, and no one had been in this jail for weeks, and all of the lights were off. And I just heard.
Did you hear something?
Yes, I did. And but the lights actually came on while they were in a meeting over there.
Okay.
And they came out to go to their cars, and they saw the lights on. And that really convinced them to allow me to call in people to investigate. Because they weren't coming in to turn off the light.
Right.
They left it for us the next day.
Now, I asked Andy the same thing. Would you spend the night in the jail here?
If I'm with investigators or someone else that is, you know, a professional, probably so. Do I come in here by myself, even to like grab something out of here? No.
So what kinds of things do you think we're going to experience in here tonight? What kinds of things do people report?
Well, my personal experience is hearing, you know, I actually hear like what sounds like a hoo-hoo sound, and then you'll hear it's like a scream if you hear it back on a recorder.
Are there any visualizations?
There have been the previous curators from the 1960s and 1970s have told us that twice there was an apparition seen in the upper floors crossing to an old stairwell that no longer exists.
Okay.
And so that has been seen. I personally have never seen that. And then we also experience all kinds of sounds, footsteps going across the steps when we're down here giving tours, growling sounds in this other room over here.
I'm sorry, it's my stomach.
And we did think it was someone's stomach actually once, but actually more than one person has heard the noise, including some firefighters that came here with thermal equipment to test their thermal equipment, and their thermal equipment would go crazy over here. And they still are trying to debunk why their thermal equipment tends to go haywire in this building. Okay. And even when the firefighters heard it, and he was like, he thought it was one of his firefighter buildings. Right.
Well, I'm excited. Let's get started. Let's get all set up. And before we get out, can you get my bag?
Oh, sure.
It's Charlie, and I'm with Andy. He's one of the curators here at the museum. We're going to be spending the night in the jail tonight. Have you had many people do that?
2 other people. Well, that was it.
And will they ever do it again?
I don't think so.
Would you?
I might. I don't know.
You might. So
not by myself.
Not by yourself?
No.
Okay. So have you had anything that has happened when you've been here watching over the building?
The lights come on by themselves. I have to go turn them off.
And do you ever go in and turn them off and then you come back 10 minutes later or something and they're on again, or? No,
usually it's like one time we shut down, went to go eat, came back and they were on. Turned them off, and we came back the next day and they were still on. So
they were on again. Okay, so do you think we're crazy?
No, no, I don't think you're crazy. I thought I was going crazy for a while.
That's loud.
Okay. But I don't think you're crazy.
He doesn't know us very well yet, does he? All right, let's go.
All right.
Going to lockdown. Ghost Adventure style. This has been fun.
Come on in.
After you.
The other lock door handle. All right.
Whoa.
The jail.
Yeah, over in that far corner is really good, because that's a lot of times where we hear it.
So Shane, we'll have you start with the first EVPs and we'll work around them this way. State your name.
Wait.
I thought I heard that
That
too.
sounds like a horse. Does this open?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's raccoons.
The raccoons?
Yep.
Yep, I just saw, there's a cat chasing it. Hear the cat
I
chasing
was
it?
like, what the
Is there an orange
hell?
cat here?
Yeah.
Yeah, the orange cat's chasing them.
But it was two raccoons. It sounded like a horse. Because I was like, there's no way. That's too clear.
Yeah, the orange cat chasing.
Tom.
Yeah.
He's a neighbor cat.
Okay, we got 2 more minutes before we go lights out.
Mrs. Dent, are you here possibly? Mrs. Dent, are you here?
All right, we're gonna go to lights out. Go ahead and switch into night shot mode. On all cameras.
Now,
I picked it up and it went down and then right back up.
if there's someone here in the building with us, and I know there is many times because we hear you and you play tricks on us, can you do something for my friends? They've come a long way and they really like to hear you do something.
What?
Motion to check that someone.
It's me because I stepped away because something moved right beside me.
Something that.
Yeah.
Knock on a piece of glass. Whose gun is this in here in this cabinet? Tell us about this gun. The one that's cocked. Who cocked this gun?
Don't be afraid of us. I know you like to show yourself when there's only 1 or 2 of us in the building, but it's okay to do something while there's more people here. We're just trying to find out who you are.
Just before Sandy started talking, something moved over here again.
That's where it gets back to me.
Is this gun in the cabinet on the bottom left, the one that's cocked, is it for sale?
Probably not. Mr. Whitaker never got rid of any of his guns. Well, I'm just saying, he kept them all.
Hey,
Don't whisper.
yeah, sorry, I'm whispering. This is Shane. I just saw something in that room go across. Got it on camera.
It's over here. That was me just now, though.
That sounded like it was one of the church pews.
Uh-huh.
If you just made that noise, can you do that again, please? Were you sitting down on the church pew, maybe?
Do that again. Are you moving behind me?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm really still.
There's something between you and I that I can hear.
Hey Sandy,
Yes.
let's just, can we be like not talking for a minute? What was the ranger's name?
Pastor Hankins.
How do you feel about Jimmy standing up there at your pulpit? Do you think it's disrespectful for him to stand in your place?
I'm seeing shadows move right now.
Yeah,
Where are you seeing it?
On the back wall right behind Shane.
that's his head. It's from the light shining on him from the camera. Move your head back and forth, Shane. See,
Alright, I'm just making sure.
I saw that too. Can you give us a knock? Give us one knock. One big loud one like this.
I heard one.
I heard one
I
too.
think that was Charlie's.
My
throat.
stomach is making all kinds of racket.
I need it to be loud and distinctive, like this.
I'm looking down.
Did you hear that back here?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I felt something, felt like somebody sat down.
That sounded like something
It
actually
sounded
fell
like
or something.
you.
See if what you feel. Just feel.
Felt like somebody
I'm seriously disarmed like it's like been in a refrigerator.
Did you move your foot that time?
No.
If there's a little boy that comes through here, are you the one that pulled on Sandy recently?
I was in the cabin talking to other children when you did it.
Do you like to play little jokes on people every now and then?
That was
That
my
was
stomach.
that
Sorry.
God.
That's that spinach dip from Cheddar's.
Somebody just step, take a step because it's sure sounding like it.
No.
Andy, do you play piano?
I'm at 53 minutes.
Okay. You do? Yeah. How about come over here and play a little something for a minute, and then
Or
After
play on
you-
that one. That one works a
yeah,
little
after
better.
you're done, dead silence. Nobody say a word.
Okay.
Now when Andy says he can play,
Does he need
Oh,
a
he
light?
thinks he can play.
Do you need light?
No, I got it.
Now Andy, tell him if you really play that thing, I'd be
I
impressed.
can play all the time.
Okay. He's a guitar player.
Do your thing.
It's a pump organ, so you hear the pump.
Carter cabin. It's got 4 generations of the Carter cabin, of the Carter family's possessions in it. The mantle is actually from the Watson cabin. They put it in here for some reason, but that's the mantle that used to be in the other cabin, I found out.
We should get a fire going.
Yeah. Charlie would like that.
Yes.
Would someone's here, would they like to try and start the fire for him?
And if only they had some of those bomb-ass croissants like he had earlier today, I'd be happy. Oh, this is his cane, right?
Yeah, this is David Carter's cane. There's a door to open. And you can tell me what you want to do with the lights eventually. I came in here one day and one of the plates was on the ground broken, but I think it was an animal.
Can you hit the light for a second?
Yeah.
Just for a second.
What's your favorite thing to cook? If that was you that knocked, can you do it again to confirm for us, please?
Walking through the dog room.
What did they used to say when it was time to call them for dinner?
Chow time.
Chow
That's what I
time.
thought. Come and get it.
Soup's on.
We're gonna ring the dinner bell.
Supper's ready.
Back over here towards the telephone room. Just watch that window a second. Make sure. I just want to make sure my eyes ain't playing tricks on me.
The one with the star on it?
Yeah, that's the telephone room.
No, I mean the door with the star on it. On
Yeah.
The main
Yeah, that's the
building?
telephone
Yeah.
room.
Look at floor, seeing some stuff moving around, like a little shadow moving in there. But you know how you get?
I'm not seeing anything move, but hold on. I smell food cooking. Put your nose through the
There was an outdoor kitchen.
like
over
bread.
there. Yeah,
That's
the
it,
bread,
yeah.
I'm telling
Do you
you.
know, when I asked earlier,
What's your
what's your
favorite?
He just got to finish saying he wanted some
bread
croissants.
is what I kept getting
There's
in
bread baking.
my head.
Put your nose through the door.
Bread.
I want to smell.
Like it smells so good, like it made my stomach
I
growl.
almost said, do you enjoy
I
making
smell those
bread?
wild onions again to me.
Well, I
They're
smell
so
that too,
strong
but-
out there. But I have smelled
You're right,
bread
babe.
in here.
It smells like baking food, like somebody's cooking something.
I like a light smell
There,
of
there
it.
used to be an outdoor kitchen, you know, they didn't recreate that over here when they moved the cabin, but there was an outdoor kitchen.
See if that's my shadow.
Oh, there it went again.
Yeah, I was just saying, I was seeing if that's my shadow.
Hey, I saw it too. It just
It's
blackened
through the
out right
crack
there.
in
It
the
blackened out at the bottom, didn't it?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, that
Let's
was
go
got
see
that
what it
kind of
is.
deal.
It was even more.
Hurry, hurry. Go from both sides. Go from both sides.
It sounded like it was running across the
It sounds like
grass.
something just take off running across the grass.
Everybody says, that's what the other investigators have all heard.
I can-
Hey, I heard something right over there.
Right there.
Yep, I
Hear
hear
it?
it. Yeah.
See,
Somebody-
there
You
it
hear
goes.
Is
It
there
is. It's
something out
fucking cats.
No, is it?
No,
It's
that's
a-
raccoon.
No, it's
a
possums.
possum.
It's two possums. But that's not what was on this window.
That was not what we heard running.
Hey, that's two possums right over
Oh,
there.
I
two
see him, I
possums
see him, I
fighting.
see him.
You know what? That's not possums either. It's armadillos.
That's
It's
maybe what,
armadillos? I've never seen one.
Nah, that's possum. I just saw it. It's possums.
I thought it was a possum, but
They're
maybe.
both possums. I saw them.
She was walking armadillo
before we're gonna pull over too much stuff.
All these tools
Andy, a
are-
lot of these tools belong to Andy's great uncle.
Really?
Yeah.
You know about where the lady supposedly died
Yeah.
Well, you know about where that thing happened?
It wasn't a supposed, it's
Well, I mean-
a fact, but
I don't wanna know.
I don't wanna know.
Completely dark. There was no light source that would have been coming in to create that beam of light to see all this, like all this dust that's flying around. So
What's that?
I heard that.
I heard it too.
It
This way,
sounded
son.
like a marble rolled across the floor.
We have to be very careful not to move in this cabin because things make noise.
yeah. Well, I took a step, so I'm testing
Maybe
that.
that's what it was.
No, this.
That's not
very
little-
distinctive.
Yeah, it
roll.
sounded
I'm
like
actually
a
on a
ring.
solid part of the floor here,
Yeah.
so
It was a
It
very
did sound
distinctive
like a-
roll, and in fact, it sounded like it went behind me. Was that you that made that noise behind me? Did you roll something across the floor?
Are there any Watsons here with us? How about Potters? Are there any Potters here with us?
thing's creaking all over.
Creak.
Oh, I gotta move.
Might want to sit down if we're gonna be in there for a few minutes. Sit on the
Yeah,
floor or
and-
something because
Don't sit on those desks. It's just
You want this?
Oh, you guys all use that stuff, that
I've never used it. I just
Oh,
bought it at
very-
the convenience store.
Everybody uses it. And
5 hour energy?
now his dad used to own a truck stop and all the truckers used to buy that. No-dos.
What?
no-dos. I remember no-dos.
Those things will make you feel like your skin's
That's
crawling.
right. That's, I mean, all it is like meth, speed.
But
That was this making that
the
noise.
5 hour energy drinks, I mean, it's just a big, huge shot of B12
Whoa,
and cats.
did y'all just hear
Yeah,
footsteps?
don't.
Like heavy footsteps?
Yeah, upstairs.
Upstairs. I just heard heavy footsteps. Maybe, don't stand over there.
It was upstairs.
We heard heavy footsteps upstairs.
Just now?
Yeah. While we were talking, we were like,
It's not too cold. Too bad.
Hmm?
I didn't bring that other. I can do that. Here we go.
That's a
We always get
More steps upstairs.
Yeah.
Well,
Got his
turn my mic
phone.
off, I was checking. I was looking.
Is that you?
It's his phone.
I'll shut you down.
That phone gives off a lot, dude.
Yeah.
Is that an iPhone?
Yeah.
That's why.
This computer.
They give off the highest amount of EMF in.
I wouldn't want to put it next to my ear
No,
if
sure.
that's the case.
Do you have a ghost? Do you have a ghost radar on there?
Yeah.
Is that a joke? The ghost
Ghost
radar?
radar makes me laugh.
These are pretty beauty.
Yeah. I don't put a whole lot of stock into them. It's just
I
a,
know.
it's just an algorithm. That's why you can have two different phones with Ghost Radar on it and have them side by side and they not give the same thing.
Oh. That said something. It's like an iron door or something.
You'll hear clanging and there are no
It's
words.
like an iron door opening.
That's what a lot of people hear. And a lot of, you'll hear, like I said, footsteps. Actually, what I hear quite often in here, and then we find on the recorder there's something, is I'll hear like, almost like an owl, like a hoo, hoo sound. But when you hear it on the recorder, it's screaming. Oh, I
Did
just
you
heard
just hear
it.
that?
Yes, I just heard it.
Something was mocking you just then.
Yeah. Did you hear that? Yeah, you didn't hear it after I quit? Listen. Did you hear me go whoo whoo? I heard that twice.
Now, what part was the jail?
Well,
Upstairs,
it's
yeah.
upstairs.
It's upstairs.
But
Okay.
there was part of it was down here too, but I don't know how much you want to know.
On the left. Is this a bathroom?
It was.
It was a converted bathroom in the 60s. 'Cause the jail doesn't look like how it used to.
Right.
It was turned into a residence.
Oh, it was a residence for a while.
Yeah, from 1913 until the 60s, it was like a boarding house and residence. And then it became a museum in 1967.
That's pretty cool. You got K2?
He hasn't.
I'd like to put the K2 in the recorder right in the middle of the floor. Did you bring those box?
I did. Stomach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there sightings of whatever seen in the hall going into one of those two rooms?
Not sure.
Because I see someone going from the hall to that front half on that side.
And then very well could be.
Who's got that?
I may have been hitting. If you hit this, does
Nope.
it? No.
It only beeps if it puts something up. There's nothing you can do to manipulate it. It's manipulative proof. Unless you held your audio well, no, the audio recorder wouldn't do it either.
Is that a sign that you don't want us to leave this room? If so, make those go off again. If you're wanting us to stay here. So I'm going to walk out of this room and go across the hall unless you make this go off again.
See, even earlier, it was always catching it like in the doorways.
So, something to look in.
Something.
Okay, well, we're moving across the hall. Why do I hear water?
I don't know, because there's no water in the jail.
Dripping.
I don't know.
Or maybe it's a tap, but it has that sound like when,
Yeah, I just heard something.
you know, when the faucet drips.
There's no water in there.
That kind of has that sound.
Me sniffing. Stomach.
Any idea if any of the, I don't know if they were sheriffs or wardens or whatever that ran the jail, ever injured,
Yes,
shot?
yes,
Do you know where?
yes. Well, not inside.
I mean, on their body physically.
Oh, physically, no. Not sure. I could probably do the research.
Because I got a pain in a specific spot.
Well, several of the people that worked here killed themselves too.
That worked here
Uh-huh.
in the building or
Outside the
outside
building.
the
I
building?
mean, they didn't kill themselves here, but after they were sheriffs, they committed suicide.
That's odd.
Yeah, 2 of them. But one was shot while in office.
Okay, I get a specific injury. really, it's the next day. We're so tired. We were up till 5 o'clock in the morning with no bathroom. And I got to pee, so thank you, Sandy. You're welcome. Thank you, Andy. We will definitely be back. If you guys have a chance, if you're in Texas, Freestone County Museum, come by, check it out. Stay the night in the jail if they'll let you, and I got to go. Hey, Michael. Oh, and remember, keep it creepy.